part of the core of this rules of the road technique is the really firm conviction that we need to carefully think through every single word we use with the jury, especially when we're teaching liability issues. We get to go first. We get to frame things. Now, that gives us a chance to use words that favor our side. I see this violated all the time, just watching casually other lawyers, especially on the listservs when people talk about cases. I think it's a matter of self-discipline. I'll just give you a couple of examples. People constantly talk about awarding, quote unquote, money to the plaintiff. That's not a good word for us because it fits right into the defense concept that a jury trial is a lottery, and this is just lawsuit lottery. There's a much better word available, and that is verdict. As I like to tell juries in just about every closing statement, the word verdict, V-E-R, truth, D-I-C-T, dictate is the word, the Latin root for speaking. So a verdict is literally a speaking of the truth. And it's not that they're, quote, awarding money to your plaintiff. They are engaged in a payback, a compensation. Compensation literally means balancing out. So I think these kinds of words, it may sound nitpicky, but it's really not. It's part of the core concept. One other example. People talk about a breach of the standard of care. What does that mean? Well, a breach is a hole in a fortified wall in a fortress, the last I heard. It's a foreign word. It's a lawyer word. You don't need it. Why not say violated? And instead of standard of care, why not say safety rules? Now, I see people are starting to get some more motions in limine on this subject, and just to address that quickly, you must have some sponsor for the connection between standards of care and safety rules, and any good expert will do this, and the defense themselves will have to admit that is the purpose of standards of care, to make for safer, better, higher quality care. We're not talking about rules and standards that are there for extraneous purposes like, parking meter rules, like you can only park on this side of the street after 6 p.m. and you'll get a ticket if you don't. Well, you break a rule if you violate that, but that has nothing to do with safety. We're talking patient safety, and that concept needs to be in our cases all the time. Sounds obvious, but lots and lots of times we kind of forget about it when we go around the whack-a-mole chasing all the defenses around the courtroom. But I do like the standard of care concept in one other way, because it says something that connects right to the next thing I'm going to talk about, which is values and beliefs. The phrase is standard of care, not standard of practice, like it would be for an accountant, let's say. So the idea is we want doctors who care about their patients. And I've said in closing statements, this is a case where this doctor took the care out of standard of care. He just didn't care. And that's important to juries for the next concept here that I'm going to say, the kind of big picture concept, which is that values matter to juries.